Hello everyone, this is Kino Darkblaze and this is the Xur location and inventory review for the date of 26th November till the date of 30th November. So first things first, Xur is gonna be located in the hangar of the tower. So definitely go there. And there are a lot of people here, so let's see what Xur has for us this week. So the first exotic weapon is gonna be the Warcliffe Coil. This is one of the how do I say this? It's actually a really good weapon, but it has been a good weapon, but and it's sometimes outright broken in some phases. But as of right now, this is just average one. So if you do not have it, definitely pick it up. This has been a staple in a lot of the boss fights, like in the raids, like the King's Fall raid, when you'd use this with the divinity and just blow up the daughters. Yeah, it's the daughters encounter. So it definitely pick this one up. This is actually a really fun weapon to use in PvP as well. It shoots out a lot of rockets. So yeah, definitely pick it up. So let's move on to the next exotic. It's gonna be the Celestial Nighthawk. This is actually a really good exotic for the hunters. It actually just the golden gun fires one shot instead of three, and it does a high damage because it actually combines all the three bullets to one and shoots it out. So this is actually a really good damaging super as well for bosses. So definitely do pick it up if you do not have it. Let's move on to the next armor set. It's gonna be the one-eyed mask helmet for the Titans. 63 overall stat. It highlights the enemies that actually damages you, and if you go and kill them, you get an huge overshield. So definitely a good exotic. Pair this up with something like the void subclass, and you're gonna get a lot of overshields. Not a bad roll as well. 17 resilience, discipline 20, and a bit of strength. A bit high mobility, but nonetheless, it's actually a good one. So definitely pick it up. This is actually a good one. So let's move on to the next armor set. It's gonna be the Apotheosis Veil. Apotheosis Veil is the helmet for the warlocks, and it gives you ability energy when you cast your super. 63 overall stat, not a bad overall stat, with decent recovery, strength, and intellect. Although you'd want something like recovery, discipline, and intellect on warlock, it's an average roll, so you can definitely try and pick it up. If you do not have a good Apotheosis Veil, you definitely can try this out. So let's move on to the next page, the exotic weapons, the HAWKMOON with quick draw. This is actually a good perk if you like using the quick swap method with the, oh, you can't actually. Yeah, I was gonna say you could quick swap with the exotic weapon Lemonarch, but you can't use two exotics, so yeah. This is kind of an meh roll, so definitely you can skip this out. Let's move on to the DMT, moving target. Not a good roll on DMT because you are not gonna be aiming down sights a lot, and increases movement and target acquisition when aiming down sight. If you are shooting DMT with while doing an EDS, you're doing something wrong. So definitely, this is a hip fire weapon, so that is kind of meh perk. So yeah, although it does have hammer force rifling and that increases range. So if you are desperate in the need of DMT, definitely you can try this out, but I would ideally skip both of these this week. So let's move on to the legendary weapons, and the first one is gonna be the Ikilos hand cannon. This is actually a really good hand cannon because you can actually make war mine cells with Ikilos, and yeah, so this is actually a good one. It does have disruption break and subsistence, so this is actually a more of a PvE role, and full bore as well. So Blade Mag full bore, definitely a good one. Stability masterwork, I would ideally want a ranged masterwork because this thing has no range at all. 32, that's really bad. It is 180 RPM, so they did get buffed this season, so definitely try this out. if you do not have it. Let's move on to the next weapon. It's gonna be the GN7 rifle. It has disruption, break, and rampage, more of a PvE role as well. So definitely a lot of PvE roles today. It does have range masterwork and SRO 41 ocular, so it increases range too. So yeah, definitely if you do not have a good pulse rifle and you wanted to try this GN7 pulse rifle, you can definitely pick this one up. Not a bad roll. Let's move on to the next scout rifle. It's gonna be the Royal Chase. Full auto, that's kind of useless because I think in the next season they're gonna be making the full auto as a toggleable perk in the settings menu. So definitely a useless perk in this one. Maybe they're gonna change this to something else with actually corkscrew rifling, accurate rounds, and threat detector. Definitely a PvP role. Although the full auto is kind of a waste. But maybe when the full auto gets removed, this is gonna change into something better. So yeah, definitely pick this one up. It does have reload speed masterwork. I would want something like the range masterwork. But I'm gonna pick this up myself because I actually do not have it. So if you do not have it, definitely do pick it up. This is a good PvP scout rifle. Let's move on to the next weapon. It's gonna be the Widow's Bite, the sniper rifle, quick draw and firmly planted. Quick draw is actually a good perk for sniper rifles, although I would want snapshot as well. It does have firmly planted. It is an okay roll. It does have a range masterwork. So if you want to try sniper rifle, definitely you can pick it up. But I cannot play any sniper rifles without snapshot because that's too important. So let's move on to the next weapon. It's gonna be another sniper rifle, the Far Future. It's slide shot and thresh. Slide shot, whenever you slide, you're gonna reload the weapon, and thresh, the combatants, whenever you defeat enemies, you're gonna get super energy. So an okay weapon, but as I said, I actually really want a snapshot on my sniper rifle. I cannot play sniper rifle without snapshot. Although it does have hammerful rifling, so if you do want to try it, and if you do not have this, because I think a lot of people do not have this sniper rifle, so definitely pick it up if you do not have it. So let's move on to the next weapon. It's going to be the Honor's Edge sword. I think every sword except Falling Guillotine and the Half Truth and the other half are kind of useless right now because not a lot of people use swords. Because you could just use something like the Lament if you do actually want to use swords. So yeah, this is probably going to be a skip, although it does have Hungry Edge and it increases the sword ammo. So yeah, it does have Surrounded as well. It does do decent damage. So if you do want to pick it up, definitely you can try it. Although for new players, I would ideally recommend you to skip this one. Let's move on to the next weapon. It's gonna be the Xenoclast 4, the shotgun. It does have grave robber and trench barrel. What? Oh, this one. This is the what do I say this? This is the glitch perk one. So the last weapon is gonna be the glitch perk one. Yeah, it shows grave robber and trench barrel in the outside, but whenever you check it inside, the perks are gonna change. So okay, it didn't change into the other one, although it does have the accurate round and corkscrew rifling. It is actually a really good one, although the masterwork you would ideally want range or stability, but it's an okay one. Definitely field prep. Oh, it changed again. So definitely you can pick it up whenever you see this perk, this exact perk. You're gonna get grave robber and trench barrel. That is actually a really good one, and swashbuckler and field prep as well. So do try to get this full perk because you can interchange the perks if you want. So yeah, definitely try getting the 2 row of perks. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the legendary weapons. Let's see the legendary armor for the warlocks. The Xenos Veil for Gauntlets. It's the Xenos Veil armor set. It's an average looking armor set. I would not pick it up, but yeah, but the stats do matter. So 59 overall stat with a lot of resilience and a lot of strength. I would want something a bit less strength and a bit more into either recovery, discipline, or intellect. But not a bad role. Definitely, you can pick it up if you do not have a better version. So yeah, let's move on to the next armor set. It's gonna be the chest armor Xenoscale 4. 62 overall stat, not that spiky, but it does have resilience and discipline spike. So if you do not have a good one, definitely you can try this out. So let's move on to the helmet. It's gonna be 58. Definitely gonna be a skip because 58 is a lot less stat, and it's not too spiky as well. So until and unless you do not have a total overall stat of 60 with good spikes, I would recommend not buying for new players. So let's get on to the last armor set for armor piece for the warlocks. 62 overall stat, a good one, better than average. So resilience, good spike. Although strength is not the main priority for warlocks, you'd ideally definitely want recovery and discipline. So this is probably gonna be a skip for me. But if you do not have a good boot, definitely pick it up. So that's gonna be it for the warlocks. Let's move on to the titans. Okay, so now we're back with the titans, and let's see what Xur has for the titans this week. So the first armor is gonna be 63 overall stat. It's the gauntlet. It does have a bit of recovery and strength which you need, but for titans you'd want a resilience the most, because resilience is the stat their class ability is tied to. So the more resilience, you're gonna get your barriers faster. So yeah, this is definitely gonna be a skip for me. But if you are a new player and are in desperate need of a gauntlet, you can definitely pick it up and try it out. Let's move on to the next armor piece. It's gonna be the chest armor piece. 64 overall stat. That's actually a really good overall stat. But the spikes are not that great. Mobility, too much mobility, and not a lot of resilience. So definitely do not pick it up if you have a better version. So this is one of the worst ones I've seen today. So yeah, let's move on to the next armor piece. It's gonna be the helmet. It has a 60 overall stat with a huge spike in discipline. That's actually the most amount of discipline you can get in something. So with 60 overall stat, because if you have that much discipline, you're gonna get less intellect and less strength. So if you are making a grenade focus build, you can definitely pick it up. And if you put 10 plus 10 discipline mod, you're gonna have 34. That's a lot of discipline. So yeah, definitely pick it up if you like playing with grenade focus builds. So yeah, let's move on to the next and final armor for titans. It's gonna be the leg armor. 61 overall stat, not that spiky. It does have a bit of resilience and discipline. So yeah, if you do not have a good one, and if you are a real new player, you can definitely pick it up. So that's gonna be it for the titans. Let's move on to the hunters next. Okay, so now we're back with the hunters. Let's see what Xur has for the hunters this week. So the first armor is gonna be 62 overall stat with it's gonna be the gauntlet. The took off offense set. 62 overall stat is actually a good overall stat, and hunters do need mobility and a bit of discipline and intellect as well. So if you are a new player, this is definitely not a bad role. So if you are very new, definitely try and pick this one up. Let's move on to the next armor piece. It's gonna be the chest armor. It has 57 overall stat. That is really low. I would not recommend it to anyone, but it does have a lot of resilience and a bit of discipline spike. So if you are in dire need of some recovery, and if you are recovery is actually the most useful stat because for every class, because it actually increases your HP regen time. So definitely pick it up if you desperately need a recovery item. So let's move on to the next armor piece. It's gonna be the helmet. 62 overall stat, not that bad, but the spikes are really not that good looking. It does have a bit of recovery and discipline, so if you are lacking on those parts, you can definitely try and pick it up. Let's move on to the next armor piece. It's going to be the leg armor. 62 overall stat with a bit of mobility and a bit of strength. So if you are focusing on a melee type of build with something like the Liar's Handshake, and if you do not have a good leg armor, you can definitely try and pick this one up. So that's gonna be it for this week. That's gonna be it for the Xur. So yeah, if you guys like this video, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. I put out new videos every day and put out Xur videos every week, every other week. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.